For the past few days, I've been working on my Whirlwind, Poison Nova, Shenanigan, any character build, but I've been wanting to take a step away from Whirlwind because attack rating is finicky and you still have to be in the face of enemies, which is very dangerous. So I wanted to go back to the original, which is the Poison Nova Necromancer, which is honestly an amazing build, and I will show you why. What you will notice on the gear is a common stat between pretty much all of them is that it has some sort of bonus to skills or poison skills. That is because Poison Nova has really good damage, but it really shines when you have a bunch of skill points into it. That's why you can see mine is level 47 and it is far from perfect. Like, it will deal like triple damage. But let's just go over the gear first. For the weapon, we are using a Serpent Tooth. It's a +4 poison skills. It has the stat of giving extra damage to poison monsters, which is a great stat. It is pretty much a damage multiplier. I used 4 Chaos Gems because magic skill damage is a pretty good damage increase. For the offhand, we're using the very amazing Bubonic Plague Pledge, which has the potential for up to do all skills and extra damage to poison monsters up to 100%, which is an insane damage multiplier. It also gives poison skill damage, minus poison res, magic skill damage, life, or res. It's an amazing shield. Your damage will just like double or triple depending on what setup you are using. For the chest, we are using a Heaven's Might for the +4 all skills. Pretty much it. Our end game goal, and this is pretty much what I'm farming for right now, Gem King's Garb, because it has 6 sockets. If you put 6 pristine amethysts in it, it is going to give you 12 all skills alongside of like 3000 additive arcane damage, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the main carrier of this, but 12 all skills on Poison Nova is going to be like another damage doubling again, so that is going to be insane. For the helm, we're using a Sight of the Gods for +2 all skills. It could be +3, up to 45% magical skill damage, and teleport, which is just amazing that we can have a teleport ability without having to use Enigma chest. Now for the amulets, you have multiple options. I'm using an All-Seeing Eye for the +3 all skills. But another completely valid option would be a Shining Pearl, because the 20% magic skill damage with 30 all attributes and 125 life is actually pretty close to our damage. Because if we check, it deals 27k damage right now, and 26.7k damage if we use that. So it's pretty decent. Like, this costs like 100,000, this costs 1.7 million. So you know, you can make your priorities. For the gloves, we are using a Mevius Mighty Gauntlets with ideally +3 poison skill. It can roll all kinds of different elemental damages, but +3 poison is the best that we can get. It costs around 7 million gold to get a +3 poison, so you know, it's gonna be an expensive piece. For the belt, again, we have multiple options. I'm using a Singulum of Shifting Destiny with +3 Necromancer skills. It costs around 700,000 to get a +3. If you want to increase your poison pen, then you're going to go with a Tether of Anguish for the minus poison res. Or if you need some more cast speed and mana regen, then you're going with a Sash of the Magi. All of these belts are simply amazing. I found this to have the most damage for me right now. For the rings, I'm using a double Stone of Premonition, both of them +2. These are, again, it's like 6 million gold each. This is simply just really good. If you don't really care about all skills, you can still get pretty good damages. Just go for double Mana Bender's Will, because honestly, it's pretty close in terms of damage. It's just great. For our charms, I'm using a Shrunken Head, Apple of Evolution, Sheep King's Wool, Witch's Claw for the mana after each kill, Beetle of Life for some extra sustain and life after each kill, and a Damien's Cage for some intelligence, because intelligence overall scales pretty much any type of skill damage. Ideally, you want as high poison, minus poison res on both of these as possible. Here you are focusing on the magic skill damage. Here it's just a case of as much mana after each kill, so you can more easily sustain your Poison Nova, because this high level, it's gonna cost you a lot of mana, and you will run out of mana super easily if you don't pay attention. Beetle of Life is just, you know, something to keep you alive, and Damien's Cage is just to get intelligence. Now, in terms of the charms, there are a bunch of endgame options which are all insanely expensive, and it's like I'm talking 50 million gold minimum for the lowest one, and that is a loaded dice, for example, with a +3 all skills. The other skill, it pretty much doesn't matter. You could technically get Poison Nova, but it's just, you know, just to get something basic. Fulgurites is another great option with all skills, all attributes, magic damage, all increasing your overall damage output. So this is an amazing item with possible auras. Pretty much same deal for Annihilator, except it doesn't have the magic skill damage. It's a bit worse in that case, but the all attributes and the all resistance can still be a great tool. Taratia's Ancient Wisdom gives you more cast speed, cooldown recovery for the teleport, and +3 all skills, up to +3 all skills. Again, another amazing. And at the very end, you can use a Rotten Pumpkin for up to 5 poison skills with poison skill damage percentage increase, and flat skill damage, and just some resist. This is the ultimate end goal of what you want to get, but yeah, this is gonna be like 100 million gold or something. I haven't even checked. I didn't dare to check. And you can also use a Torch of Shadows with +3 necro skills, all attributes, wall resistance, another great thing with another like multiple tens of millions of gold in price. That pretty much covers our main gear. In case you're using a follower, I'm just putting on some basic shit. Like I have a Havoc for Defiance aura, so I die less easily because I have higher defense and the mobs don't really hit me as much. I'm using an Aurora's Might, so we can have some more resistances. This is completely defensive. Like I don't really have any offensive bonuses on him. It's Helm of Dominator for auras, Leviathan's Carcass for life, defense, all damage reduction, and on the Mercenary I have just a bunch of defensive stuff. For our own skills though, we are maxing out Poison Breath, Cursed Ground, Poison Nova, taking that as our speciality, maxing out Meat Shield, and then maxing out Amplify Damage, and we have used all of our points. This is pretty convenient that it comes out this way. I don't know how it's possible that it's so perfect. There is no point wasted, and all of your skill synergies are maxed out, while you have Meat Shield as well to give you 43% physical damage reduction. Yeah, I mean, this is just great. One thing I almost forgot is we have a Ghostly Potion, which is increasing our magical skill damage. It's gonna give us a great damage buff. I'm so tired, man. We're using a Ghostly Potion, which is gonna give us magical skill damage buff. The way we deal maximum damage is we put down our Cursed Ground, which is gonna increase the enemy's poison damage taken. We just put it down, we use our Ghostly Potion, and we just use it once. And as you can see, it's like 460,000 damage with each tick. So this can take enemies down from like 2 million HP. In CTs, you can pretty much one-shot bosses with this, even if you're playing like multiplayer, because like 4-man HP on them is like 2.3 million HP. So you can just absolutely destroy those guys. For some gameplay, I cannot show you the current Satanic Zone because it's in Act 8, which I don't care, but it's fine. We go to Parallel Dimension because that is the latest zone, that is the highest level zone. We activate our Meat Shield and we just go around, use our ability because these mobs have like a million HP-ish, and just move on. That's pretty much the way we go. If we actually want to give a crap about these mobs, we pop the Cursed Ground under them, so they absolutely get demolished. And you make sure you fill up your inventory, like your belt, with potions, because even though you technically have some life after each kill, these enemies can chunk you down super easily. Because if you've noticed, none of the gear we have, at least in the cheaper section of course, none of those gears have any resistance. Like our resists suck completely. That's why our that's why our attribute distribution is a bunch of points into vitality, just to get around 2000, and the rest of them is intelligence. You can obviously go for more HP if you want to be more safe, but you can go around like with 500 HP, and if just avoid ability is good, then you can just go as much damage as you want. And as you can see, if you just spam Poison Nova, you're going to run out of mana super easily. Oh, shiny Tarasium. Nice, I got 3. Wow, that was so worth it. Holy shit. As you can see, if you're just mindlessly spamming Poison Nova, you're super easily going to run out. So you need to be a little bit mindful about it, because technically one application is enough. You can deal extra damage because there is an instant there is an instant part to Poison Nova's damage. Like the first take is instant and it deals extra damage. One of the relics you can use is Lost One because it gives you a cast speed, I think, and the other one is a Holy Bible because at level 10 it gives you plus 10 plus 2 all skills, which is gonna be like a huge damage increase. You paid for like 7 million gold, 6 or 7 million gold for plus 2 all skills, so if you can get this relic maxed out, that is going to be huge. That is pretty much it for the Poison Nova Necromancer. I really like this build. This is just super amazing speed farming build, as you can see. If I don't have to deal with, you know, me being bad, I can destroy Hell 5 zones, and that is the latest, like as far back as I can go pretty much, because the later you go in these zones, the higher the enemy HP is gonna be, regardless of difficulty. So that is, you're most likely not gonna be farming Hell 5 Parallel Dimension because there is just no point. In case you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I have updated the loot filter video with a leveling loot filter and the high end with the super high density 500% extra loot bonus loot filter, so go check those out. Subscribe to the channel and become a channel member to support the making of these videos. Join the Discord and follow me on Twitch if you want to watch the live streams. And until the next video, guys, see you later. Bye. I can't speak. I just need to be done with this shit.